I hop on its back, I climb it as fast as I can, I grab its horns, I look at it in the eye, and I stab its sockets as many times as I can.
Like, if they're gonna try to catch her, couldn't I summon the rats, like, the last 2 charges, because I'm not trying to get anyone killed, to kind of, like, pick them up higher, that way it's, like, a bit higher and still have more cushion beneath them.
No. I punched Nandor for I give him a good knock to knock him out for 10 solid minutes.
So hold on.
For 10 solid minutes, I just one punch to knock him out.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Heathens and Heroes, episode number 26. Unreal. 26? Sorry. Oh, gosh. No, they heard me. This whole thing is a mess. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Serious
Welcome to Heathens and Heroes, episode 26. Thank you for joining us on this journey that is Heathens and Heroes, a podcast where 6 friends get together and play Dungeons and Dragons as well as they know how to, which isn't very well. Aside from our wonderful Dungeon Master, Matt.
Yeah, he's on the stream.
I can read his lips.
Okay.
Aside from our wonderful Dungeon Master.
It's like I can only hear him on the video.
Okay, work.
Hold on, chat. I need to fix this.
Well-oiled machine.
Golly. Okay. You think I spend so much time getting everything ready and I always miss one thing. Okay. Aside from our wonderful Dungeon Master, Matt, your 4 heroes, Ramus, Nandor, Einar, and Kregor, are on a treacherous journey through the Underdark. And the journey has not been an easy one. Will our heroes escape with their lives, or will the heathens of the Underdark devour their souls? Remember that you can watch this show every week live on twitch.tv/heathensandheroes, or you can watch this episode, and you may be right now watching it on our YouTube channel, either by searching for Heathens and Heroes, clicking the link in our About Me section, or by clicking the link in the chat as it comes through. Please, if you can, hit that follow button on our YouTube channel. It means a lot. Subscribe, hit the follow on the channel here, notification bell, anything that you can do to let you know when we're going live. We would greatly appreciate it. It helps us out tremendously, and we will always be in your debt. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and pass it on to Matt to introduce the next chapter of Heathens and Heroes.
All right. Where we left off is our group has made their way from the terrors and remains of Rockblight and the old Hall of Justice in the ancient Inner Blingdenstone. From there, they have traveled back to the main town and city, where they have spent a bit of time recuperating and working with the local gnomes to establish a sort of preparation for what's to come. For as the oozes grow, they know that they prepare for some sort of march. So they prepare by establishing an alliance between the Daggermatic clan and the rest of Blingdenstone with the Were-Rats who reside in the Goldwhisker Warrens. After a bit of conversation and reuniting with Topsy and Turvy, who have shown themselves to be alive and well within the commune, they have established a peace and returned back to Blingdenstone. While relaxing and spending time and learning and preparing a bit throughout the last 2 or so days, the group has found themselves now resting at the tavern the tipsy mug. And from there, you all began to hear a commotion as people announced the arrival of some other fellows, some you knew, as you saw Ront and Eldith return from wherever they were, equipped, and as you all approached, Eldith kind of warmly reached a hand and waved to you all and said, "Oh, don't worry. It's worse than it looks." As you all arrived to see that one hand was missing, with a grayed fleshed stumped where it was, but otherwise looking fine. And that is where we now pick up with the four of y'all kind of arriving, and Topsy Turvy also nearby. Jim Jar been busy throughout the week working with the rest of the Deep Gnomes, but you all arrive to see the two of them and their surrounding attaché as they greet you. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna run up to Aldith and be like, "Oh my god, that is awesome! It's gonna be the best battle scar I have ever seen. I'm so excited for you."
You know, it's kind of pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, do you all have a drink? I just saw you all come up from over there. I can tell you all about it.
Yeah, I mean, we could go sit down if you need to. Do you need like some healing or medical attention first, maybe?
She takes a step forward and kind of leans against you, and you can clearly see that she's more fainting, and she's just like, "Oh, you could totally carry me there. It would be a wonder."
Oh, I totally pick her up. I sweep her off her
Oh my
feet.
god.
And she's a stout girl. She eats her Wheaties and lifts her weights, so it's lifting a lot of muscle, but she loves it.
I love
Her
her.
cheeks turn almost as red as her hair.
It's
And,
red.
dwarven girls aren't used to being picked up. But you take her over as Ront also kind of falls in trail and kind of gives you all a nod as well. And as Geldith is being carried over, she looks over at the rest of you and goes, "It's good to see you all back as well. I was kind of worried whenever you sort of went off into the cave of death and destruction."
I'm so asleep.
Where did you pass out at?
Yeah, I remember
The
he got
roof.
really drunk, and then we punched him
Oh,
in the
yeah.
balls, and then we punched him in the back of the head, and then we threw a mug at his head, and then
I
he
hit
just
it with a
went.
chair and he fell over.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You knocked him over.
Gotcha. So she still makes a motion at you. You just don't hear none of it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a time. I mean, none of us came back missing a hand, so that's something. Was it like a great beast that like bit it off? Was it clean? Was it messy?
How are you doing that trick with your hand, Eldith?
Oh, don't worry, Craigor. It's a high level maneuver. Given enough time, you'll get there too.
I can't wait.
Don't worry, we'll get you a good dagger in place, one day. And you kind of set her down at a chair and everything, and she takes a seat and kind of grabs what's left of Nandor's drink off on the side.
No, my bottle's with me. Hold the fuck up. No. I did not leave that behind.
Okay.
I
But-
order her a bottle of that.
All right. And so, what did I say? 15 gold, 25 gold, what was it, Nandor?
50.
50.
50 gold.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was 300, but you know.
Yeah, 50 sounds fine. I look over at Ramos and I go, Ramos, buy Eldith a drink.
Bartender. A drink for me.
Deep gnome woman. Ah, yes, of course, of course. Yeah, I'll grab some right away.
Thank you.
And she kind of leans back in the chair, and Ront kind of comes over to where you are, Ramas, and gives you a pat on the back as he pulls up a chair next to you and takes a seat. And Eldith just kind of puts her stump on the table and goes, "Well, if you wouldn't actually believe it," she points at Ront, "he actually took it from me. But granted, it was worse. It was better than the alternative. So, while y'all ran off and decided to go and face all this terrible shit, we were kind of stuck around here thinking, what are we gonna do? I mean, we can sit around and, help about, but they didn't really seem to be keen on, finding out, well, what we could do and what we could prep for. So, we asked around and found out that there's this whole place that went missing. They called it Intamox Boon, and it used to be this old place outside of main Blingdenstone that apparently helped with, I don't know, elementals and stuff. I don't know, it's above my pay grade. But they said they needed to find it, that it would help them build some stuff and get all ready. So we were like, hey, we got some time to kill before they get back, maybe we can put ourselves to use. Well, so we did some tracking, did some looking, and I found some old faded Underdark, or Undercommon, sorry, and it seemed to be part of an old structure leading away somewhere. So we followed it, ended up at a cave. Old ruins, some little, carved deep gnome statues. Not near as impressive as the work at Gontogrim, let me tell you, but, it was fine. So we went in, and, well, found a thing. You recognized it. What was it? Ron just kind of looks over. Basilisk. Many legs, teeth, eyes that turn you to stone. Aye, one of those fuckers. Well, so we avoided it as best as possible. Tried to lure it out, get it out of its zone and things like that. Try and get an ambush on it. Pretty good for the most part, but, well, I snuck a glance, and, well, it could have been worse, but, the old shaman said we got a bit of their blood and helped it to, keep it from spreading, but at a cost. But it ain't no biggie. We found the thing, we did some good. So I hope that your job was just as successful. Otherwise, we're the ones looking who are, looking a little better than you now.
So I lean over to Ramos and I go, just out of curiosity, Ramos.
Yeah.
How much do we pay her that was above her pay grade?
I didn't know we were getting paid at all.
Right. I guess that makes everything above our pay grade.
Yeah, everything's really above our pay grade on this. We just get what we told and then go out and do, and then come back and get reward.
So we do get paid, right?
We get paid, but it's at what they offer us.
Whatever they give us.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I lean back and I go, well, let me tell you, about what we had to deal with. And then I go about telling her all about what we dealt with between the elementals and the weird statue creatures and the gargoyles and the what was it, gibbering mouther or something like that. What was the other thing that we had to deal with?
Oh, the Zorn.
Yeah, the Zorns. Yeah, that them too. And this is exactly how he's telling it. Like gibbering, were they gibbering mouthers? You know, those things that look like this, and then somebody corrects him, and then he's like, yeah, one of those. That's what he said. And
don't forget about this one.
Oh, right. There's that too.
I mean, at least y'all didn't get stoned too.
Yeah, no, almost. Yeah, it tried. It tried a lot, especially on me. For some reason, it really didn't like me. Or it really liked me and just wanted me to be around all the time, which, I mean, it could have
Well, I'm glad she failed. You're mine now. So, I mean, you're with us now.
That's right, honey.
Just... And Ront on the side is just like, well, I'm kind of glad we went our way then.
I mean, a basilisk isn't anything to sneeze at. I mean, you could sneeze at it, but then it might turn you into stone, you know.
We did not, luckily.
You both did excellent work. And you should hold your heads high. That was a very, very brave thing you guys did, and you returned.
At this point, man, I'm just rolling around on the roof, just actually rolling.
She kind of hears that. She's like,
He'll be fine.
What the?
He's okay.
Oh, right. I forgot to mention. And then Nandor got really drunk because he actually drank one of these bottles on his own. So he drank the bottle, and then I punched him in the ball sack. and then I think it was Kragor accidentally smacked him in the head with a mug.
Yeah,
and then
on accident.
Ramos accidentally bumped his chair into Nandor's, which made Nandor fall on his ass.
No,
I said accident. I said accident.
I was so happy with you guys. I accidentally or purposely threw it back. I just didn't know.
And it just, yeah. And so he a little stunned and a little bit, uncertain about everything that was going on around him, just climbed up onto the ceiling so he could, sleep it off. Also, there's a giant army of oozes that's probably going to march on Blingdenstone any day now and try and wipe us all out.
And there's going to be a parade.
That's the oozes. Oh, and we brokered a peace with the rat people. Where rats? Oh, and we found your friends, Topsy and Turvy.
And I'm pretty sure someone here is harvesting pudding, but I haven't found it yet.
Well, I mean, that last part sounds nice. At least.
The pudding or the Topsy and Turvy part?
I know. He's talking about the pudding. He's talking about the pudding. You're gonna find it, buddy. You'll find it.
Can I clarify that I did not finish the bottle, but as they're continuing to talk about this, I'm just drinking more.
You get nightmares of this, and you're just like, nope. All right. And she kind of goes to scratch with her one hand, and then goes, oh, nope, okay, and puts it back down, and then scratches with the other, and goes, well, that's a lot. That's a lot that y'all have uncovered in just a wee bit of time.
I mean, none of us lost a hand. A little disappointed.
It's just a hand. There are plenty of smiths and dwarves who have lost their hands. There's a lot that you can replace a hand with.
Which
There's a reason it's called Gauntlgrim.
I have ideas for. I can make you a totally sweet blade with your hand, and you can use it in battle. Or shield. We can do tons of things.
I was kind of thinking something more along the shield line.
Totally.
Shields,
totally do
yes.
Maybe we can
Defensive
find
is
maybe we can find a magician somewhere to make your hand reappear.
I don't think there's a.
Nah, that's got to be somewhere.
Exciting.
Somewhere.
Okay.
I lost
maybe
it honorably. I don't need it.
maybe Cragor, it's crawling on you right now. And
Oh,
I cast
God.
Mage Hand. This feeling of a hand like crawling up his back onto his shoulder.
Stop it! Stop it!
Ron,
Ooh, right there. Ooh, oh yeah, no, yep, right there.
Scratchy.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna like lean over to Ron while that's all happening, and they're all enjoying themselves. Every second.
Eldith, you've got the magic fingers.
Hey. The hand smacks him on the head.
You're gonna have a little moment with Ron. Just say, "It's glad to have you back, buddy." Give him like a little warrior like nod.
He just gives a nod as well. Doesn't say anything. Definitely seems to be in one of the most relaxed stages you've seen him in since knowing him in the prison. So, and you can see that even Einar, I'll say you notice primarily that the bit of tension and sort of rivalry that was between Ront and Eldith also seems a little bit more lax at the moment as well. Not quite as companionship as, Ramus and Ront or you and Eldith, but they definitely seem to at least not be kind of always eyeing each other suspiciously. So,
Not ready to kill each other at a moment's notice anymore.
mhm.
It's good to know. Well, I guess now we have another thing to forge, a shield, and then we have to figure out what you guys are getting as your reward from the people of Blingdenstone, because I'm sure that they want to reward you guys. And hopefully we can get all that done before the giant rain of oozes that's going to potentially kill us all.
Oh, Ront, I have some armor for you.
Oh.
Made it in the forge myself.
Hmm.
Eldith, I can also make you a shield while we're down there.
I'll definitely be curious enough to see what you got. But you then show Ront pull out and show Ront the armor because you have it on you, right?
Yeah, it's in my bag.
Cool. So you give it to him and he kind of begins to look it over and he's like, I remember this thing. He kind of looks over, looks all on the inside.
I lean over to Cragor and go, shield Craig's eyes. He doesn't need to see his parents made into armor.
You're right.
He's blind.
Yeah, he's blind.
Okay.
I still say you're right.
Covered his ears,
Now he's double blind.
Right. So he looks it over for a bit. Goes sturdy. Better craftsmanship than many of my old peers. I like. And he then kind of sets it to the side for the moment, just on the table with like a arm resting on it, like that football armor type deal. And he goes, when we prepare for battle, I'll make sure to wear it proudly. And so, is there also anything else y'all like to do as you relax with them? Anything else for the day?
I'm gonna throw some gold on the table and say, "Excuse me, I have to go to the forge. There's a shield I need to make." And I leave.
All right.
But drinks are on me.
All right.
Thanks, Ramus.
Enjoy yourselves, guys. Please enjoy yourselves.
I
kind of want to retcon like what happened like before. So
Mhm.
I did that Earth thing with I always forget his name. Touchfinger,
Tap finger.
Longbottom. So Tapfinger, like
You
with
can
him, and then
call
I
me
also want
whatever you want.
to whatever you want is fine. Okay, so I also want to go with like the what? Why am I blanking on names right now? I want to go with like the. Oh my god, I'm just not here. I want to go with the gnomes essentially, and learn how to use a shield and like bows and all that stuff. Just like better prepared for just to kind of up my AC and stuff like that, if that would be possible in that time that we've been doing this.
Okay, okay. And it wouldn't have been too hard, I believe his name is Sark. He is, always got people kind of training and prepping up in the staging area. Uh, yeah, Sark Axe Barrel. So during that time, you could have, been training with him as well, and getting that comfortability started. And I'm sure Ramos, anytime he would have saw you there, would have been like, "Oh, let me get on this."
I partially trained him, but I also, hey, close your ears, John. Close your ears. Yeah, close your ears. I secretly make him a shield on the side that he doesn't know about, but I'm secretly building it for him.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
All right. Cool. So, in that case, Nandor, go ahead and give me a athletics roll real quick for your training as you go.
Just normal.
Yes. All right. All right. It's very unfamiliar territory for you starting out. And the impact against the shield is still never something you quite expect, but you're starting to get that comfort with holding it, with feeling it, and things like that. And Ramos, go ahead and make me 2 athletics checks as well. Oof. So your first project, whichever one you want that to be, is running into some complications. I'll say that one is Eldith's because you never made a gauntlet for a stud or a shield for a stub before.
It's hard to get
So
the stubby part together.
yeah, it's a lot of learning and a little bit of pain for Eldith as the tightening and then being like, oh nope, too tight, and things like that. Uh, and but your second project is coming along nicely. You have a feeling it'll be ready within another day or two, probably. So, all right. But so anything else for y'all at the moment of things you would like to do for this day as well? I know. More?
Were we going to go and try and find the
statues?
Yeah, we were gonna go and fight the statues to destroy the ancient evil thing, potentially, that was causing all of their elementals to go all wonky.
Yes, that's what we were.
That was our plan, right?
That was our plan, yeah. Do we have our enchantments, right? For our weapons?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, do we want to go and do that?
It's something you can do beforehand or once, whenever they all head in and take charge, they do have a section of people who are set aside to deal with that problem as well, in the midst of all that. So depends on if you want to take care of it beforehand or not.
I mean, I don't particularly want to wait around for the oozes to be attacking and have half of our defenders or a bunch of our defenders go off to fight some ancient evil creature that... I mean, what do you guys think?
I'm up for a fight.
I'm not there.
Well, this is over time, so this is something y'all can discuss through through the day as well.
Okay, I was about to say. I mean, we can.
I'll ask Eldith and Ront. I'll be like, so the statues that I mentioned, right? So apparently there's some ancient evil thing that takes control of their earth elementals from the deep gnomes. And to better prepare ourselves for the fight against the oozes, we were thinking about going and taking on the ancient evil thing and kicking the shit out of that. How do you guys feel about joining us for this one?
Oh, well, when you plan on doing that? I would like a nice night in a bed if I could get it beforehand, but if you need to do it before, then we'll still join you, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long we have before the oozes show up. That's the only problem. Pressed for time.
Didn't we have a recon team that we could ask about if they spotted the oozes coming?
Yeah, but it's not a very big distance, is it? Like, it's
between the oozes and y'all?
Yeah.
It's not
we're
like
not gonna
huge distance.
We're not gonna get like a day's warning of like they're on the move type of thing. Like it's gonna be like maybe 10 minutes.
Well, oozes luckily move a little slowly, but yeah, it'd still probably be like 10 to 20 minutes before. So because they do have some people. I mean, they also have a few adamantium walls that will hopefully slow it down. But once again, they're not sure against a tidal wave of oozes. Well, tidal wave being, an over exaggeration. But a mass conglomerate parade.
I mean,
Black Parade.
I guess we can go ahead and wait and wait a day and set out tomorrow morning and go and try and fight the statues and then hopefully draw out the ancient evil so we can, fight that. I mean, the statues should be easy because it's basically just stand outside of the room and kick the shit out of them.
Pretty much.
Right? So, that's how it worked before.
Should we grab some dynamite before we go? Just to chunk it all in there and cause them all to...
I don't really want to...
Olive kind of looks up and is like, wait, we have access to dynamite?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You said they're stuck in a cave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What if we just collapse the cave?
Well, there's no telling if we're going to destroy them all.
Oh. What if they can't?
They're
stuck out?
Nandor can plant them at the top of the ceiling and then blow him up as he runs down, causing the whole room to collapse on itself.
How many boots?
Right, but that doesn't necessarily take care of the ancient evil that's going to turn the stone elementals against us.
Yeah, I don't know about that part.
Like that's my concern. Is I feel like first and foremost we're dealing with the statues from the standpoint of ideally that's going to draw out the ancient evil thing. And the statues are easy to take care of because they won't leave the room that they're in.
So we stand on the outside, throw the TNT in. Boom, boom, boom.
Or just, fire in hand. I mean, whatever way it works.
Saving you some trouble. Don't want to get you weak.
I mean, it just gets me a little fired up. Just gets me a
I'll
little
tell
warm
you
up.
what. How
you know?
about I throw it and you shoot it and boom, target practice?
Yeah, I'm still worried about the whole room collapsing in and potentially burying one of them, and then we've got to like unbury it to kill it.
Fine. How about we do this and all else fails?
Right. Okay. That sounds like a good plan. So we'll shoot them from outside the room, and if all else fails and we're just like not getting anywhere with it, we'll collapse the room in on them, and we'll just be like, "All right, you guys are just gonna have to deal with that at another time." Right?
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Good plan. Good plan.
What?
No worries, Gregory. You're fine, buddy.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay.
Alright.
So we'll wait until tomorrow for that. In the meantime,
I appreciate that. I bet sounds nice after a few days out there again.
yeah, you should get some rest. Yeah, you know what? You look tired right now. Why don't you let me just go ahead and carry you off to bed?
This guy.
Sounds nice. And she reaches and grabs the bottle and kind of tucks that into her arm too and is like, okay, I'm ready.
I totally pick her up and carry her off to bed.
All right. And as you take her off and to one of the rooms that are available out there and everything, or hovels, she does ask you to stay and share the bottle with her for a while too.
I do. And I regale her with many a story.
And she does the same from her time in Gauntlgrim.
While they go off, I'm gonna go to the forge and ask if they could do Eldest Shield for me on the double, because I'm
Okay.
dealing with the situation.
They will say, since they were all prepping up for wartime and everything, it's I might need a little more to grease some palms to get them to prioritize it, if that's all right with you.
That's all right.
All right.
And I'll promise you a little bit more after we get rewarded for the war.
So, custom made one hand, anything special with it, or just basic shields?
Throw a little more tender love and care on there. Really give it some good enforcement.
I'll
Maybe
see what
a coat of silver if you can. If you can.
With the silver and bit of engraving and everything, we can give it up to about 75 gold.
If you work a little bit faster, I'll even throw in 25 more to give you 100 flat.
See what I can do for you.
Gives them 100 flat.
All right. So they start working on that. Anything else for the rest of y'all?
Going to bed.
I know Nendor, you're
Gregor?
probably drinking still up on the roof.
I would like another chocolate milk, please.
All right. You easily enough get
Maybe
another.
maybe some spaghetti of some sort. I don't know. What kind of food you got there?
Some what? I don't know what that is.
What kind of noodles you got?
What's a noodle?
Food. What kind of food?
I'll just have a chocolate milk.
Okay.
That's your bar food?
They got some foods. They just had no idea what a spaghetti was.
I don't either. I heard it somewhere. I don't know. It just sounded really good.
If we ever find it, we'll make sure to take a look.
Okay. I'm gonna drop off the ceiling and land on my feet because I'm actually completely sober because I rolled a nat 20 on that shit before.
What was this?
And those cons save, nat 20.
And somehow I'm completely drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
chocolate milk here is actually chalky milk, and they're making it with like a little rock powder and
some stuff that
and
makes
it's
it look brown.
milk, but it's actually just like a creamy beer.
This is the finest chocolate milk I ever had.
It's a like a giant silkworm milk. It's a whole bit. Well, you drop down, Nandor.
Hey Matt, so in that drink, how bright is that stuff?
The moats in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like looking at fading in and out distant stars. Not as clustered as a full night sky and everything, but just like the occasional little north star, just like a real small distant pinprick of light that'll just.
Because I want to try something, but I know it's probably not going to work.
I mean, if you want to pour it on Dawn, you can see what happens, but
like just take out like some of the moats, like instead of like biting into it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the moats don't have as much of a boba like texture to it, where it's as easy to bite into. It's more like Goldschlager, where it just kind of filters in with it. It's like trying to bite down on, a floating mushroom spore that you can see in the wind. You might get something, but it'd be real hard to bite down on it.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's a good effort. Good effort.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna go to the hall and just start, singing and just kind of enjoying himself before going to bed.
Go ahead and roll me a performance. Very nice. I mean, so you spend the night for a little while singing, causing the crystalline structures there to create a nice cascade of colors and sounds to accompany you up in the singing stones. And one by one, each of you turn into that for the night to once again prepare these last little bits and vestiges before whatever happens. But you all sleep. As Einar, do you remain down there with Elda through the night?
Oh yeah.
All right, all right.
Nothing happens.
Yeah. She big spoons you at one point.
Yep.
So
100%.
Yep. But she regales you for a while, and but night goes by easy enough for all within the relative safety of the halls of Blingdenstone. One point, you all kind of get a jump of seeing a few ghosts kind of pass through the walls, but nothing really occurs. They just seem to pass through non-aggressively, just kind of like it's natural. And
Hey Matt, are you playing any music by chance?
yes.
Oh, I'm not hearing it for some reason. It's weird. Let me refresh it really quick.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I kind of wondered because it like stopped like a little while ago, but I just thought that you stopped it.
Gotcha.
All right, replaying it.
I had to restart it. I have to do that.
There we go. We're good.
Nice. All right. But you all arise the next day. Eldith, very clumsily in the little deep gnome hovels that you have, kind of wakes you up when she wakes up and just kind of snorts and is like, oh, okay, oh, sorry. She kind of pats you and it's just like, oh, Good we're clothed. Oh, that's some good stuff.
Good work, Clove.
Good, we're clothed. Jeez.
You know, this is not my ideal setting, okay?
I mean, anywhere there's a bedroll, am I right?
Is that what this is?
You know, close enough.
She,
I would never take advantage of you while you were inebriated.
she kind of brushes her hair down and restarts to braid and goes, "Well, that makes one of us." And continues along the braid.
And
But
that's why I drank less.
well, slowly each of you rise and, you know, gather together in wherever you gather, the tavern or the main antechambers outside of the hall. And
Probably the tavern, because we're going to need breakfast.
all right. So, as you all gather at the Tipsy Mug, and, you know, the base soups and efforts of breakfast that are brought up to y'all. Excuse me. You are also joined by Jim Jar, who, as you know, he kind of walks up and sees Ront and Elda. He goes, "Ah, I heard you are back. It is good to see you. Luckily, that means I win. So, I'm happy. It is a good day. Breakfast is on me today." As he kind of pulls up a chair and greets them. And a little bit later, Topsy and Turvy also find y'all there, kind of still a little nervous around the large influx of more deep gnomes than were rats, but people have been giving them their space, and they kind of nod to y'all. And one of the female, I always get their goddamn names mixed up. Topsy kind of waves at the other two, and it's just like, "It is good to see you back. We weren't very sure what was happening. We heard you made it from the others, but we're almost all back together. At least
Almost. Oh, yeah. Darendale.
She kind of looks down and just kind of grabs one of the sausages off one of the plates, and it's just like, "To the Crazy Prince."
Crazy Prince, and I just take a swig.
And so, as you all drink over morning, Eldith goes, "So, what's the plan?"
Well, we're going to go to the old Lingdon Stone. We're going to find the statues. We're going to destroy them all if we can. And then hopefully that brings out the ancient evil, and then we fight it and kill it, and then free the earth elementals to help us against the oozes.
And then putting in parades.
Yes, Gregor.
Yes.
You said it, buddy.
Sounds like a good
I
day
know.
to die, Zinni.
I look over at Topsy and Turvy. I'm like, "You coming with?"
They kind of look over and then look at each other, look back around the city. "Yeah, I think I've had enough of all these. For now."
Excellent. And I assume you're coming as well, Jim Jar.
There's a few things the Queen wants me to take care of around here, but I don't imagine this will take too long.
I'm sure it won't. It's just fighting an ancient evil demon creature that'll probably tear all of us to pieces.
So y'all got this, right? Finger guns away.
You're coming with us, buddy.
What's that? What's that? What's that? Is that the chief's wife? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I have to go.
I'm gonna pull Nandor.
No.
Hey,
No.
Hey, buddy. Hey, look. I even made you something for this special event. Okay. Come on. Look, come with me. Come with me.
I'm good. I'm good. Just drag me. Just drag me. I'm just like
grabbing him by like the neck. Like, let's go right. You know? And then I'm going to pull out said shield and say, "This is for you. You've done well. Figured you could use your own now."
And it is a fairly nice shield as well. Would you like to? They've got zirkwood, which is like a real dark mushroom that has the consistency of a bark. So it's like a wood or tree, not bark. And they have a few metals on hand. So would you like to describe how the shield looks for Nandor?
Saw you practicing, and I saw this shield, and I figured I had to make it. I know you like the dark, so I went with a darker wood right here on the outside, surrounded by this beautiful silver metal. It should keep it nice and tight and strong in battle. This is one of the strongest woods I have here. Should hold. This is good and movable for you and your agility, because you have fast reflexes. You're a fast warrior that I've seen. This fits you in every way that it can. This is designed for you.
All right. I'm gonna take the shield and just like move it around, like just like feel it, and then I'm gonna just to like feel it out, and it's like, all right, hit me. Do I roll anything, Matt?
Well, he needs to make an attack roll. Well,
I'm not dodging. I'm literally just taking it.
Yeah. Roll me an athletics.
Me or him?
Him, Nandor. And actually, go ahead and roll me an opposing athletics.
Let's not.
Oh fuck. Oh no.
I mean,
That's why I said.
At least you're consistent.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
So you're still not quite used to and not quite proficient with the shield you've been training in. And so it hits full on. I mean, like it takes it, but it also throws back your arm, and you hear this pop in your shoulder as the shield slips from your arm and goes scattering about 5 to 10 feet back behind you.
We'll work on that. I'm gonna like grab him, pick him up, and like run and get the shield, and then bring it back.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get used to it.
And I'm just gonna like pop his shoulder back in, like real quick.
I'm sure you will.
You're gonna be fine. You'll be fine. You're starting out just like I was at a young lad. It's okay. You're doing great. Keep it up.
You can see Ront's kind of looking over with that like proud silent parent look, like
he's learning.
Oh, better get used to it quicker than sooner.
Oh, don't you worry, boy. I'll teach you everything I know. We're called Shield Maidens for a reason.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, speaking of, Eldith, follow me to the forge real quick.
Oh,
before
boy.
we take off.
No, I'm worried.
I didn't make this one because mine was shit. But these guys stayed up all night and made you this for your open hand, as I like to call it.
And she follows you over to the Cavern of Clatter, and you can see where a few of them are all working, and the deep gnome you have spoken to before kind of looks over and goes, "Ah, you're back. We are not quite complete with it yet. However, we can show you the base form that we have. By end of day, it should be ready."
All right, bro, you're making me look bad in front of my friend here. Do you have one that I could just borrow off the right, man? Come on.
Oh, definitely easy. In fact, we can give you the beginning casting that we used if you need. It is just not as durable as the final product would be.
Do you have any other final products ready?
Not fitted to her unique specifications.
That's fair. That's fair.
And-
That's fair. You gotta make
Fair.
that
That's fair. That's fair. All right, so we have this first casting.
So, but he does, before he even shows that, he does bring you over to where they are, have it kind of set up on a anvil that they are, molding the edges to, and you can see a lot of the base shape of the shield is done. They are just working on that silver layering and engraving across it as well. But as you approach, you can see that loosely sketched, kind of, just hid in, not yet completely finished, is this emblem of a crossed axe and hammer that has what looks to be dwarven and undercommon runes kind of along the edges of it as well. But it, once again, it's just kind of like that loose pattern where it shows where they will be whenever it finishes. And he walks up and he goes, we've been working with what we have, but whenever it is finished, it will have a nice sheen across, and you will see the emblems that we have found most common amongst your people across it, so all will know who they see. And he flips it over, and you can see that across the back that it has a fist implanted and sort of molded to the back of it that is just a straight metal fist with this brace that comes down and would interlock and connect to the wrist itself. And he goes, this is what we have just to start, and we thought we'd, with the available resources, add a little extra. And he kind of taps the side of it twice, the shield itself, and you see from in between the fist and the shield, a small dagger blade comes out from the end as well, and goes, so it is not quite done yet, but when it is, it will be a masterpiece and one of a kind.
So, Eldith, here's what you have to look forward to. My man here will be ready by night. I'm gonna look over and be like, should be
Just
ready.
give you a subtle nod.
And then, but I'll give you this first casting, and we'll take it and we'll get out of here. Sound good?
Takes it, kind of nods, looks at the shield again as she's loosely strapping on the casting. He goes, well, thank you, Ramos.
Of course. Look out for my group.
You know, you kind of make me want to lose more just to see what else you'll get me.
As whatever they can make you. We'll see what you do. And as we turn to leave, I look over and I flip them another gold coin, great.
He quickly snatches it out of the air, and they all just, as soon as your backs are turned, just kind of form back onto the shield.
Elegant work, boys. Elegant.
So while he's over there doing that, I'm going to quickly turn to Topsy and I'm going to be like, I have a quick question for you. And I don't want to be rude in asking this, but I think you pointed it out earlier when we were leaving the rest of your people, that there was a bit of a, musk in the air, if you will. Is that from a lack of water, or is it a choice?
Was an access to water until, well, as you like to say, this parade started to form. And then that sort of cut us off, and now we've been using the east side as sort of a refuse pit.
Gotcha. Because I do have a flask of endless water that we could, pass around your kin.
I do not doubt that Chief Chipgrin might quite enjoy this idea.
Excellent. So perhaps we'll have to negotiate with him at some point in the near future to, make sure that he's taken care of.
It would go, I know, a long way for our people.
Wonderful. I think actually, let me quickly speak with let me quickly speak with Cinny, and maybe we can get some pots of water over to them if they're in need.
When you head to Daggermatic Hall, you can see that it is still a bustle of activity. There are plenty of deep gnomes coming to and fro with missives, while the main sort of council that they've gathered stays on the inside and kind of plans and prepares for either an offensive or defensive, depending on how much time they get. But as you enter, you can see Chief Chipgrin is actually there with a small entourage of were-rats around him and is partaking in some of the discussions, although still a little off to the side and with this air of skepticism.
So I will go to Cinny specifically and just be like, my apologies, Chief Cinny. May I speak with you a moment?
Of course. Carry on, husband. I'll be back in just a moment. And she takes a step off with you.
And I'll just basically be like, so I understand that the that Chief King Chipgrin King is it Chief? What is he going by?
He goes a bit more by chief, though I'm sure he'd like to be called a king.
Certainly. I obviously, as we all noticed, there was a bit of a musk in the air. Yes. And unfortunately, I found out from Topsy that it seems that they're having a little bit of a struggle with their water situation. So I have a flask of endless water that we could use to perhaps fill up some pots before myself and the rest of the others go off to fight the ancient, evil, terrible thing that's...
And I could also use prestidigitation to help the process as well. Help clean up faster.
Yeah, I think a bath would just be fine. Because that's a lot of people to have to prestidigitate.
How many people are there?
Whenever y'all went through, you saw maybe 30 to 50 at least.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
You don't know if there were more who just weren't there, but at least within the visual, but you at least saw around that many. So, but
okay.
And this flask, you say, it's, did you say endless?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, I can have it just be like a pour of
you said you were going somewhere?
Yeah, we're gonna go and fight the terrible evil thing that turns your earth elementals against you, and well, we're hoping to fight it. We're gonna go and try and fight it if we can find it, and then if we do find it and we fight it and we kill it, then hopefully your earth elementals stop being turned against you.
It would definitely make this process much easier.
Interrupt. It's like, all right, we should get going before, time is ticking. We gotta go.
Right. But I'll talk to the chief, Chipgrin, as well as my husband, and we'll see what we can prepare. There is a bit of conversation right now going on between our people and our best way of incorporating assistance for each other. So it may be a little while till we have an answer to even this, but if you would like, you could go and see what you can do for now, and dealing with this Ogremoch. And
Ogremoch, that was the name of it. I've just been calling it ancient terrible evil that's potentially going to tear us all to shreds.
I mean, that may honestly not be wrong. From what I've heard, though, it's...
Thanks for the faith. I
They are-
appreciate it.
From what I've heard, though, it's a strange creature. It does not seem to interact with flesh very much, so I do not know how much of a threat it will be to you. Aside from, anything it has under its sway.
Right. Well, we'll find out. But
Of
all right,
course.
we'll go deal with that, and then just keep that thought on the table. We can maybe get some pots together and fill them up with water for them, or something to that effect. And obviously, your people as well. If you don't have access to a steady supply of water, which I assume you do, you're making plenty of soups and such. So
Luckily, we have a spring that feeds into the southern side, so far yet untouched.
I can also create a geyser of water to wash away the east side. You'll know what I'm talking about.
I'll make sure to bring it up. Thank you again, Einar.
Oh, always, Chief City.
She gives you a little nod, and begins to head back into discussions.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, Cine, do you want me to just tell him to get the fuck over it and settle this and work together so we all survive rather than just one side and then just
It's okay. This is the most progress we've made in weeks. I'll take it right now where I can.
All right.
Give me another 48 hours, though. We might have another conversation.
All right. Then we will see you. Wish us luck.
I hope you come back.
And then it's I put my arm around Einar and start walking.
All right.
This is gonna go well, Nandor. I mean, really, how bad can it be fighting an ancient terrible evil that might tear us all to shreds? I really have to remember its name at some point.
Ogre.
Mock.
No, I don't.
Ogre. I mean, if it was just an ogre, we'd be fine. I killed ogres before. Those things are simple. Big.
Ogre tax? Do ogres get taxed?
I don't know, but they should probably. Right?
Probably should.
I mean, if the
come up
rest
and get the collections though?
then the ogres should get taxed too.
Who would take the collections from the ogres? Just
I
imagine a
don't
little
know.
guy coming up to a big ogre saying, "Hey, you didn't pay your taxes." I don't see that happening.
I'm sure it would be fine.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe another ogre.
Ogre tax collector. I mean, that could improve the whole tax collection across the kingdom.
Should we go, guys?
Yeah.
Should we be on our way?
Oh, of
Alright.
course.
So,
But
you
I
will...
really do think that there's a business venture.
Let's talk about it on the way. Let's talk about it on the way.
You will load up your gear, meet up with your allies who are also kind of, grabbing their little bits of hand crossbows, bolts, things like that, just to make sure they have everything on hand that they need to. And you all head to the staging area to go into Rocklight.
Yep.
Once you arrive, Sark Axbarrel is there, kind of at the front, overseeing a lot of the deep gnomes who are prepping to go into Rockblight and making sure, squads and people are all prepared. And as he, sees you all approach, he greets you first, Nandor, kind of raising a little half salute to you, and goes, "Back for more training."
When I get back, we're gonna go fight the ogre tax. Mock.
The big bad evil thing that's probably going to tear us all to shreds.
It's fine.
We're gonna tax the ogre.
If you handled a Medusa, I'm sure you can handle this.
See, I like to think on the lower side of things, kind of just mentally prepare for the inevitability of death. That way, when death doesn't come, you're pleasantly surprised, and the sex is
So,
better.
so
Yes, I survived. I survived.
Matt, so for digitation, I'm gonna make like a little like red flame, right? Like
All right.
and like the color of the hair. So it's that
Mhm.
type, and then it's like this little white figure just like dying. It's like, yeah, the inevitable death. We'll be fine.
Mostly believe in you.
Anyways, can you
Right.
All the
He makes a motion, and a few of the giant badgers that they have begin to pull the chains as the adamantium doors open up, and you all begin your way down the 20 to 30 foot tunnel that leads to Rocklight, where another set of gnomes are waiting. They kind of look at you curiously, but having seen you go through before and back, they just kind of nod and open up the inner doors as well, allowing you all passage within. So to step in to Rockblight itself, you all find yourself in the similar area that you had started in before. A small splitting tunnel where the south leads eventually towards the cavern that you had found all of these creatures in, or once creatures. So,
right.
you all,
Nandor, would you like to lead up the stairs to the
why not? And I just like, here we go again. Hopefully, I don't get smacked again.
all
Don't
right.
go running off on your own now.
Just keep up.
So,
We'll be fine.
That's how you die first.
you begin to make your way up the stairs once more, finding yourself in the similar crystal garden that you had seen before. Your companions all kind of following you as well, making their way up to the top, and to the point where you all find the old cavern with the unlit braziers, and the many drow frozen in stone, their ancient armor still remaining. How many did y'all destroy the first time you were in here and before you retreated?
I want to say 2. I think it was 2.
Okay. So I'll just get rid of 2 of these,
Hey,
but
Matt.
all of the rest had returned back to place.
Hey Matt, my screen's kind of stuck on getting in.
Oh?
Just
Can
refresh.
you refresh?
Might have.
I'm gonna gently reach out to Nandor and draw him back from the archway. Not too close, right? Not too close.
Okay, not too close, not too close. And then I'm gonna okay, so I'm gonna tell everyone, it's like, okay, you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Because I am. Here we go.
I'm gonna move back here.
I also take a step back. Yeah, sure.
I step forward.
Yeah. Pull him back.
Okay, I'm gonna use. So I'm going to use. How far does this go? Gonna use Shatter at a level 3. If it lets me. Please let me. Down. like around here.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, here we go.
All right. So,
Let's just get this going, guys. You know, just let like I'm just like talking to them, and I'm just doing that.
so you point in, and go ahead and roll me damage real quick as well. Oof. All right. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay, cool. Making sure. All right. And as you point in, you just all hear the loud of the air seemingly shattering. And you can see many of the statues that are inside just begin to crack, and pieces of them sort of begin to crumble off a little bit. Many of them look now damaged, although none of them have started to fall, like completely fall apart and crumble. And as they do so, you see all of the ones that were damaged just turn and look in your direction.
Can I cast one more thing before?
If you're standing there, we'll have to enter initiative to do it.
Craigor, why don't you move up a little bit and make faces at them? I think they'll love it.
You got it, Bosh.
Wait, but remember, stay behind Nandor.
What?
Stay behind Nandor.
Okay, Matt, you said to what roll initiative?
But yeah, we will be wanting some initiatives. Click. Click.
Yahtzee.
So when that so as this happens, I'm gonna be like, yeah, there's no reason to be like, afraid. They can't even cross his line, and I just like do the shatter, and that's when this happens.
Yep. All right.
There's nothing to worry about.
So then,
Sugar honey iced tea.
Why are you guys talking like that?
Einar, you start us off. As you see this, him kind of release the spell, and then you hear the grinding sound of all of them shifting to look in his direction.
I think you're still a little too close there, buddy. I think you're still a little bit too close.
Come on back.
Well, I move to my next turn, so.
I am going to just.
I mean, what?
That just happened.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Firebolt.
All right. Very nice.
Yeah.
Get it, boy.
And which one are you aiming at? Just the closest one, or?
I'm just gonna aim for this one that's chipped but not broken.
All right.
Yes, dude.
Very nice. All right. And so it strikes into it and completely blasts apart the remaining statue at the.
No. No. No.
Completely blasts apart the remaining statue at the. And you'll find out after this break. Ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go ahead and.
Yeah, I guess this is probably a good point to take a break, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Tune in for more Heathens and Heroes right after this.
Yeah, they were gonna have to call it.
Yeah, we're probably going to call it here, guys. Unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties, weather-related, Texas issues, so please understand. We'll be back sometime. Keep an eye out on our Twitter to find out when we'll be back, and we will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, though. We love having you guys here. Thank you for the support. Again, if you guys want to see more, you can always follow us on our YouTube channel by searching for Heathens and Heroes, or you can, if you're not following now, you can follow us here and check in every week and see when we'll be back on. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.